Welcome to the Historic Preservation Commission meeting on Thursday, January 8th, 2026. Hearings before the Historic Preservation Commission are quasi-judicial in nature, and this is a design review process to determine if the proposed project is congruous with the special character of the historic district or landmark. The decisions of the commission are based on the record of these proceedings, the Wilmington Design Standards for Historic Districts and Landmarks, and the Secretary of Interior Standards for Rehabilitation. Evidence submitted to the commission for review becomes part of the record. Appeals of commission decisions are made to the Wilmington Board of Adjustment and then to the Superior Court and are based on the record. Appeals must be filed within 30 days of the date of the commission's action. Evidence is received during the evidentiary hearing portion of an agenda item, and those who want to address the commission are sworn as witnesses to present material and substantial evidence to the commission. The chair will recognize those who want to submit such evidence during the evidentiary hearing. Evidence should be directed to the commission. To ensure that the evidence is properly recorded, please come to the podium to address the commission, state your name and address, and speak clearly. Members of the Historic Preservation Commission are appointed by the City Council and serve at its discretion. Our responsibility is to protect and preserve properties within the city's designated historic districts. We adhere to the Wilmington Design Standards for Historic Districts and Landmarks, as well as applicable North Carolina state law, to assess whether exterior changes align with the unique character of the city's historic districts. It is important that we deliberate the merits of each request in a manner that provides a record of the basis for our decisions. Please remember that our deliberations should center on how a project meets the design standards and whether the proposed change is congruous or not congruous. Commissioners, if you have received or been made aware of any outside evidence related to any of the matters, please recuse yourself. And if you would also please turn off or set your cell phones to silent mode. And thank you for that. And I'd like to introduce city staff: Gina Essie, Assistant City Attorney; Brian Chambers, Assistant Planning Director; Ben Riggle, Historic Preservation Planning Manager; Alden Finholm, Historic Preservation Planner; and Amy Bradshaw, our Planning Coordinator. And I would like to ask commissioners to introduce themselves, starting with Beth, please.
Beth Rutledge.
Joan Keston.
I'm Christopher Yermal.
Ashley Wilson.
Stephen Salke.
And staff will now swear in any witnesses who wish to speak this evening.
If I could have all
Amy.
staff, applicants, and members of the public please stand up and raise your right hand. You must stand up and be sworn in if you plan to speak this evening. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And if you have not signed in at the clipboard on the back podium, please do so. Thank you.
Minutes from the December meeting. Is there any changes? Otherwise, would someone make a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed unanimously. And then now we're on to new business. Agenda item 119 South 5th Avenue.
I need to recuse for this. I'm Beth Rutledge.
And we have a recusal, and we're all fine with that. Thank you.
For the record, we still have a quorum for this matter. I do believe that it is prudent to recognize that there must be a unanimous vote for this to pass.
Okay.
Evening, Commissioners. Case 1 is a request for a driveway replacement with a change of material at 119 South 5th Avenue. As described in the Wilmington Historic District Boundary Expansion and Additional Documentation Report dated 2003, the Mushkowitz House, constructed circa 1940, is a one-story English cottage-style house with a steeply pitched roof. The 4/1 sash windows are arranged in triple, double, and single configurations. An engaged partial width porch supported by arch brick posts is located on the southwest corner of the house. A steep peak is set over the entrance while the roof sweeps down to the engaged porch. The house is a contributing resource to the Historic District Residential. Revisions to all facades of the building and the site are subject to design review in this district. The property is located on the east side of South 5th Avenue, 3 parcels north of its intersection with Orange Street. The applicant proposes to remove the existing deteriorated poured concrete driveway that is seen in the circa 1966 photo on the left and the present photo on the right, and replace it with a brick paver driveway with 2 runners. The existing poured concrete driveway has older concrete runners that have experienced deterioration, including settling and substantial cracking. The existing concrete runners will be removed and new brick runners, 2.5 feet in width, made of Viligio by Technoblock in Champlain gray color, designed for driveway use, will be installed and extend approximately 34 feet in length on the existing driveway track. If approved, staff recommends the following conditions. All materials removed from the property as a result of the project shall be disposed of properly. No mature trees or historic landscaping shall be removed as a result of the proposed project. No work shall occur within the public right-of-way and shall not impact the existing sidewalk or driveway apron, and all construction shall comply with code and changes shall be reviewed. Staff would like to enter the presentation and report into the record of tonight's proceedings. Are there any questions?
Any questions for
No.
Ben on this? No. Thank you. If the applicant would like to come forward and present any other additional evidence or answer any questions that we may have, please. If you'd state your name and address.
I'm Neil Taylor. My address is 2012 Creasy Avenue. I'll be speaking on behalf of the homeowners. I work for Flora Landscapes. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions?
No.
Seeing none, thank you. I think we're all set. I'd like to open this up to members of the audience who would like to speak in favor or against. Seeing none, we'll move to commissioner deliberation. Stephen, what do you think?
We have a hand down here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, please. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. If you'd state your name and address?
Yeah, Greg Thompson. I'm at 109 South Fifth Avenue, so I'm literally 3 houses down from this subject property. And I love this project. I was here to come speak in support of it. I walk by this house all the time. I love what they've done to renovate the house. The landscaping's beautiful. This will just add to the beauty of the neighborhood and the street. I'm a novice, obviously, as far as congruity, but it seems to me to be very congruous with the house itself and with the neighborhood. And so I just wanted to come and speak in favor of this proposal.
Okay, thank you for that. Anyone else like to speak in favor or against? Again, seeing none, we'll close the evidentiary hearing again in commissioner deliberation. And someone like to speak or even make a motion?
I make a motion to approve the driveway replacement with a change of material for the property located at 119 South Fifth Avenue. This request is consistent with the Wilmington Design Standards for Historic Districts and Landmarks based on the evidence provided, including in the application and all attachments. Testimony presented during the evidentiary hearing and staff report.
Second, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There's none, so that passed unanimously. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. And Beth, if you'll rejoin us, thank you. Item 2, 315 North 17th Street.
All right. 315 North 17th Street. Hearing 2 is for the proposed building expansion. The subject building is listed as a non-contributing resource to the Carolina Heights Historic District overlay. In this district only, that which can be seen from public right-of-way, excluding alleys, is subject to design review. The subject property is located on the west intersection of Rankin and 17th Street. The following property description is adapted from the National Register of Historic Places report. Dr. Bruce Dorman and James Bones' office, a brick semi-modern medical building, low-pitched hip roof with a wide overhang eaves and supporting rafters. Decorative cement block screen, large parking lot surrounds the building. The applicant proposes expanding the building eastern facade. In doing so, the project will enclose the southeastern porch, which is seen here, and enclose the northeastern porch, seen here. Next, the new entrance will be placed on the eastern facade. The new proposed door has yet to be determined and will be selected through the bypass. The construction materials are to match the existing CMU latticework roof system and the roof system will match the existing materials and pitch. The application proposes removing the current Wilmington Islamic Learning Center sign and adding a new sign to the main building. The new mount sign will be on the northeast wall. The northeast wall measurements are 4 feet by 5 foot 4 inches. The same location as previous signs, same design. The applicant proposes installing 3 feet high opaque hedge screens, new trees and shrubs at the opening parking lot, entry, and exit. All plants are not on the suggested list for the historic design standards. However, they are a part of the North Carolina Gardening Expansion Extension. The plants lists are as follows: the ginkgo bilboa cowpler tree, the formosa azaleas, and lingstroms. Lastly, all proposed parking signs will be approved by zoning. The applicant proposes to remove an existing sign, the 5-mile-per-hour sign located on the east parking lot entryway, and the applicant proposes adding a parking sign listed at the exit sign listing "Do not enter" on the north parking lot point. If the commission elects to issue a certificate of appropriateness for this request, the staff recommends the following conditions applied. A new signage must be approved by the zoning office. Proposed plants shall be reviewed by the city arborist. All construction shall comply with code and regulations and requirements. All permits shall be obtained. Changes to the project from that's described in the application and submittals shall be reviewed by the Historic Preservation Commission, or if minor, by the Historic Preservation staff. Staff would like to enter this presentation and report to the recordings of tonight's proceedings. Are there any questions?
Nope, I think we're good, thank you.
Thank you.
If the applicant, would like to come forward, please, and state your name and address and offer any information or answer any questions.
Good evening, I'm Ronald Sparks, Sparks Engineering. I'm the agent for this project.
And sir, your address too, office address or?
Office address 9 Holland Drive.
Okay.
That's Castle Hayne, North Carolina.
Thank you.
I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Questions from us? No, I think we're good.
Okay, very good.
Looks like a decent project, thank you.
All right, thank you.
If anyone would like to come forward in the audience that would like to speak in favor or in any opposition, seeing none, we'll move to commissioner deliberation. Any additional thoughts on this beyond what we've seen? No? Okay. Could someone please present a motion?
I move to approve with conditions the request for building expansion for the property located at 315 North 17th Street. This request is consistent with the Wilmington Design Standards for Historic Districts and Landmarks based on the evidence provided, including the application and all attachments, testimony presented during the evidentiary hearing, and the staff report.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passed unanimously. Thank you. Agenda item 3, 1619 Chestnut. Is that right?
Yes.
So, yeah, okay.
All right. Hearing 3 is for the proposed rear addition and garage of 1619 Chestnut Street. Located at the northwest intersection of 17th and Chestnut Street, the property is a contributing resource to the Carolina Heights Historic District overlay, and that only of which can be seen from public right-of-way, excluding alleys, are subject to review. The following property description is adapted from the Carolina Heights Historic District National Register report. The Frederick E. Little House is a Dutch colonial revival with brick siding on the first level and cedar shingles on the second level, and a gambrel roof flares over the first story. A brick wall extends along the east side property line. Then in the rear, there is a 1-car gable front garage with cedar shingle siding. Here we have an example of the rear elevations from a point of public right-of-way viewing along 17th Street. The applicant proposes to remove the applicant proposes to remove the existing small rear addition and construct a new addition in its place. Measuring out to be 25 feet by 2 inches, 25 feet and 2 inches by 13 feet and 6 inches, The addition total height will be 15 feet and 6 inches. The foundation will be brick and will extend to the proposed new covered porch. The siding will be a mixture of brick veneer and 8-inch wood shingle shake siding. The siding, when possible, will be salvaged from the current garage structure. At the east corner of the north elevation, will be a trio of 6/1 DH windows with the same shutter grille pattern to match the existing windows on the current house. The applicant proposes adding a TPO flat roof at the base of the proposed roof additions. The new roof slope proportions will be replaced with a pitch fiberglass shingle to match the existing roof material. The freeze board, cornice, and trim will match and align with the existing structure. The applicant proposes to construct a covered porch. The measurements of the covered porch will be approximately 24 feet by 11 inches and 24 feet by 8 inches. There will be removal of current 6/1 windows located at the center first floor rear facade. In their place, the installation of 2 doors. The porch will be supported by 4 cementous columns trimmed to reflect the Dutch colonial revival style, and the brick steps extending the length of the covered porch. The applicant proposes to demolish the current shed and construct a new garage. These photos show the current condition of the rear garage. These photos show the current condition of the rear garage, the exterior roof and outer damage, the broken slab garage floor, and the termite damage into the interior structure. The new garage will be a 25 by 25 square. Its height from the gable roof peak will be about 15 feet and 2 inches and placed on a cement foundation. The siding will be an 8-inch cementous shingle shake siding, which will match the main house, and the fascia and faceboard trims will be cut and added to the matching the main house. A new 9/1 window and shutters will be placed centered on the south elevation, and a double garage door will be installed on the eastern facade. An exact garage design will be decided at a later date. If the commission elects to issue a certificate of appropriateness for this request, the staff recommends the following be applied. Once chosen, proposed garage doors shall be submitted for approval through the administrative bypass. All windows and doors shall be clear, glazing shall be clear with no tint. No mature trees and/or historic landscaping shall be removed as a result of this project. All construction shall comply with code and the regulations and requirements. All required permits shall be obtained. Changes to the project from that described in the application and submittals shall be reviewed by the Historic Preservation Commission, or if minor, the Historic Preservation staff. The staff would like to enter the presentation and report into tonight's proceedings. Are there any questions?
No. Do you know what the windows are supposed to be? All it says is new to match material and grill pattern of existing. I don't know. Do you have any other information about those?
The windows list them as DH brand in the application, but the applicants are here to speak on that behalf as well. Are there any further questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. If, yes, you would like to come forward and state your name and
Happy
address,
New Year,
please.
everybody. Sean
Likewise.
Winders, our address is 1619 Chestnut. You asked a question about the windows. They will be wood inside and out.
Okay. Do you know the manufacturer yet?
Not yet. We
Okay.
literally just went through the architectural drawings with the architect.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for the nice drawings, by the way.
Yeah.
It's appreciated.
Yeah.
No problem.
You're going to have an exhaust fan over your stove on that wall on the side. Do you know if will that cap be on the side or the rear? Do you know that yet? Is that something you can anticipate?
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet at the moment.
Any other questions? No? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
If there's anyone else, if there's anyone in the audience like to speak in favor or against, seeing none, we'll move to commissioner deliberation.
And no issues?
No issues, no issues. No issues, no, someone like to make a motion?
I'll move. I move to approve with conditions request for a rear addition for the property located at 1619 Chestnut Street. This request is consistent with the Wilmington Design Standards for Historic Districts and Landmarks based on the evidence provided, including the application and all attachments, testimony presented during the evidentiary hearing, and the staff report, conditions of approval 1 through 5.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. Thank you. Number 4, agenda item 4, 110 South Fifth Ave.
Me again. All right. Hearing number 4 is for the proposed replacement of the proposed replacement of the existing wrought iron porch, columns, balustrade, and railing with a wood material in a traditional design. The house is listed as a contributing resource to the historic district. All revisions to the facade of the building in the site are subject to design review in this district. The property is located on the west side of South Fifth, 3 parcels south of the intersection of Fifth and Dock Street. The following property description is adapted from the Wilmington Historic District Boundary Expansion Report. Central hall with projecting polygon gable with decorative shingles and peaked attic window with stained glass border in the gable end. Partial width porch with a second floor balcony. Here is the proposed material replacement. If the commission elects to issue a certificate of appropriateness for this request, the staff recommends the following conditions be applied. New material shall be painted the same color. All construction shall comply with code and regulations and requirements. All required permits shall be obtained. Changes to the project that described in the application and submittals shall be reviewed by the Historic Preservation Commission. If minor, the Historic Preservation staff. Staff would like to enter the presentation into the report on the record of tonight's proceedings. Are there any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
If the applicant would like to come forward and provide any other info or answer questions, please. State your name and address.
My name is Daniel Rusterholtz. Address is 424 South Fifth Avenue, and I speaking on behalf of the homeowner. If any questions, let me know.
Sure.
How were the columns chosen?
We went around to a couple different historic houses in the area and based off of that.
Okay. Are you able to provide the dimension, the diameter?
Yeah, I can provide that.
Yeah. It looks,
It should have been, is it not in the file?
I didn't see it.
Is it a 6x6 on the square part?
Yeah, 6x6 on the
Is that
square
it?
part.
Okay.
So 6x6 and it gets a little
And then it tapers down. and then
tapers
it's-
and
Okay.
gets
Can
inserted
you
out.
show the picture of that, if you don't mind? Okay,
Yeah.
all right, this.
And then
So
the-
this is the front of the house?
No,
That's the
that's,
back?
that's a totally separate house. right?
totally
Right.
separate house that we did a project on.
Okay, so what is the new one look like?
It is that spindle in that picture underneath the columns and then in the picture as well.
So it's 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches and gets a little skinnier in the upper third.
On the front part of the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had an engineer look at it at all?
No.
But one of the conditions by nature of these items is that it has to be done to code. So there's not really a code for this, but they'll have to have some kind of a structural that just comments on how they actually make the attachment. Can we go back to that photograph of the front too? Yeah, I'm sorry, there. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be done to code. And there isn't really a code for this on a historic house, so therefore the carpenter, whatever your trade is, will have some letter from an engineer saying how he's gonna fasten it.
Correct.
with these existing. I don't know if was there something in the staff report, but would those get maybe donated? Could you get those donated over to, or reused somewhere else, but maybe legacy architectural salvage?
Of course.
Was there anything else you wanted to comment on or ask about this with the connection, Ashley, or anything like that?
I just don't think we have a lot of,
Can you tell it what is the top and bottom going to look like? Like what to fulfill kind of this understanding? What will the top and bottom look like? Are they going to how will you attach it? What?
So we're going to attach it. We're going to basically run a lag through the top, the trim post on the top, run it through, and then there's nothing existing on the top fascia, so we're just going to replace the columns with the cast iron with wood, and then the column railings, they're going to be replaced with the spindles.
Mm-hmm.
So no real capital.
No.
Will there be a pedestal under the columns?
Yes.
and the columns will be made with what?
Wood,
What kind of wood?
like a pine.
Are these custom, or do you buy these like this?
You buy these.
Okay.
405 Dock Street and 401 Dock Street have both those columns.
Okay.
The current metal work is steel, right? Not wrought iron?
It's cast iron.
It is cast iron?
Yeah, I believe so.
Very 1940s
Yeah. it's such a
treatment
weird,
there. That's
strange choice.
unusual. So these were not originally
That's what I'm getting
metal.
at.
They
It's
were
like,
wood, and
yeah,
they got lost to rot or something.
Yeah, somebody went in.
probably. Okay.
Anyone else have any other questions? No? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone like to speak in favor that might be joining us tonight, or again? Sir, if you'd come forward again, and just for the record on this item, if you'd state your name and address.
Yeah, Greg Thompson, 109 South Fifth Avenue. I'm directly across the street from this house, and I'm coming to speak in favor of it. It strikes me that the wood columns would be more congruous with the neighborhood than the existing wrought iron that's there. I do wish the columns were a little wider, probably a little bigger, but that's just a personal preference. I have seen columns like this elsewhere in the neighborhood. It does affect my point of view from the front of my house, and so I do like the idea of replacing these iron columns with wood and the wood spindles, et cetera, so I'm here to speak in favor of that. And by the way, I need to say thank you for all that you guys do, because your service to our community is really, really important. If you didn't do what you do, I would not want to live downtown. And so what you do is noticed, it's important. I do watch your meetings, and I appreciate the healthy debate, and so I just want to thank you for your service to our community.
Lovely, thank you.
We're the ultimate reality TV.
Anyone else like to speak in favor or against? Seeing none. Any other thoughts? I've heard some comments about connection and not having enough information. I don't feel that way myself. I feel like it's a heck of an improvement over what it is.
Yeah.
As far as the sizing, if it's 5.5 inches or 6 inches by 6 inches, I think the massing works. I think if it were bigger, if it were an 8 by 8 or something like that, I feel like it would be a little overwhelming, but so that the dimension doesn't bother me. And I feel like, I mean, obviously I don't know who this applicant is, but I trust that they're going to actually get the connection detail right and make sure it helps resist any uplift that this property might experience in a wind.
I am really pleased that they have decided to replace metal with the wood, because it clearly it would have had wood originally.
Mm-hmm.
My hesitation is that the column that was chosen doesn't seem to really reflect kind of the gravitas and mood of this particular home, which does, it has some Queen Anne elements. There's a little bit of fanciness to this house. I would like to see perhaps a column that is a little bit weightier, or even just with more attention paid to something that's more evidently turned. I would not oppose, because I do think that's a personal preference, and without actual evidence about congruency, it is merely opinion. But I think I personally would like to see something a little bit weightier.
There's, excuse me, in the application, there's when we've looked at it already, it was the one before this. It was the one that showed the rear porches of another nearby house. Can that be shown again? Is that Amy? Do you control that whenever I ask for these things? Is it? So it's hard to see, but I'm looking at this photograph on my iPad, and when you zoom in on that, I mean, but from where it tapers down,
We've got some curves.
there are like 12 different other separate rounded turns on that. It's not, it isn't smooth. It does have texture to it. I don't know if you could see that or not, Beth, but it does have, it's decorative. It certainly has more decorative than you can kind of tell from, so the actual picture on the screen right now to the left, it's kind of hard to make that out, but
Yeah.
it has some decorative patterning to it. Anyone else have any thoughts on this aspect of it, this item with these columns? Joan,
I'm fine with it.
say something. What do you think?
I think it's fine.
You think it's fine? Okay. How do you feel about the decorative nature of this?
From what I can see, I mean, I appreciate what you said about moving it in closer, you can see the design to it, but I think it's an improvement. And because of the way the house is, I don't think you want to overdo it. I think simply being more simple with this house is even better. It stands up, it shows the other aspects of the design of the house more so than take away from that. So I kind of like the simplicity of it.
I have a question. In the picture on the screen, the bottom of the columns are boxed out.
Question for the applicant? Or just for a part of our discussion?
I guess for the applicant. Okay, let's go for the applicant. The bottom of the columns are boxed out. Is it going to be boxed out with this column the same way?
Please.
Because that gives it a little more weight too.
So the columns, I appreciate you saying that. They're not straight. There's about 12 different contours of that column running up the middle of the column, and then the bottom is going to be the exact same.
Kind of, okay. That's what I was wondering.
Boxed out at the bottom, and then it'll be trimmed out, kind of like that picture as well, where there needs to be the trim.
So it's not going to be as simple as just the column in the picture.
Correct.
Okay.
It'll have like a base, a board wrapped around it essentially, and that's an opportunity to cover up the screws that you might drive in to attach it to the girder.
That increases the massiveness at the base, so yeah.
Correct. We didn't want to go too big, but we also didn't want to go too small.
Right.
Beth, is there any alternate you'd like to consider, or what?
Oh, and
No? Okay.
frankly, it's, like I said, it's just a personal
Yeah,
preference.
okay.
It has no merit on how it will vote.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would someone like to make a motion?
I move to approve with conditions the request for porch column replacement with a change of material for the property located at 110 South Fifth Avenue. This request is consistent with the Wilmington Design Standards for Historic Districts and Landmarks, based on the evidence provided, including the application and all attachments, testimony presented during the evidentiary hearing, and the staff report.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ashley?
Aye.
None opposed, that passes unanimously. Thank you. Where are we? 5. Agenda item 5, 514 Ann Street.
Case number 5 is for the proposed construction of a new house at 514 Ann Street. The parcel at 514 Ann Street is currently vacant and features a maintained grass lawn, some smaller trees and shrubs, and a wood picket fence. The property is non-contributing resource to the Historic District Residential, and revisions to the entire site are subject to design review in this district. The subject property is located on the south side of Ann Street, approximately mid-block between its intersections with South Fifth Avenue and South 6th Street. The parcel was formerly occupied by a two-story dwelling as seen in this circa 1982 photo on the left. However, the house was demolished sometime after 1985. The applicant proposes to construct a new two-story hipped roof single-family house, 28 feet wide by 62 feet deep, including both front and rear porches, and 31 feet and 2.5 inches in height, with a total of 2,576 heated square feet. The parcel at 514 Ann Street is L-shaped, so the proposed work in the backyard area will extend beyond the new house to make use of the additional space. Additional work proposed for the parcel includes constructing a shed, a concrete patio, a fire pit, a grill area, landscaping, and rear fence in the backyard behind the proposed new house. The proposed dwelling will rest on a concrete block foundation, parged in a smooth cement finish, while the front porch will have a brick foundation. The front north elevation will feature a hipped roof, one-story porch supported by 8-inch by 8-inch scalloped posts with decorative top and base details. The rear south elevation features a 2-story flat roof porch with posts and porch rails similar to the front porch. Brick front and rear stairs with row lock perimeter will provide access to the porches. The house will be clad in 7¼ inch James Hardie plank lap siding with a 6-inch exposure and Hardie trim used on all windows, corners, and doors, while the roof will be sheathed in Landmark Series Certitude Arc architectural shingles with the color Maury black, while the flat roof on the rear porch will have a membrane roof with hydrostop. The upper roof fascia will be trimmed in 3¼ inch by 8-inch by 16-inch decorative corbels, while the upper portion of the rear of the front and rear porches will have 3¼ inch by 10-inch by 6-inch decorative corbels with dental molding. The proposed front door will be a Therma-Tru 2-panel door with transom, while the 2 rear doors, one on each floor, will be a Therma-Tru full-light door. The proposed shed will be 12 feet by 8 feet and will rest on a concrete foundation with 5½ inch ship lap siding and a shed roof clad in shingles to match the house. The backyard will be surrounded by a 6-inch tall dog ear fence constructed of 1-inch by 6-inch wood pickets. The owner of the parcel at 514 Ann Street also owns a vacant parcel at 306 South 6th Street, which connects to the rear of 514 Ann Street to South 6th Street. As such, the owner will be using 306 South 6th Street to access the grass parking area on the right side, on the east side of the backyard, adjacent to the proposed new 6-inch fence, as seen on the photo to the right. The large sycamore tree in the center of the photograph is outside the project area. The new house will have 27 Geldwin V2500 vinyl single-hung 2/1 windows, as seen in the photo examples. 6 of these windows will be on the front elevation, 8 on the east side elevation, 6 on the west side elevation, and 7 on the rear elevation, with 2 ribbon windows on the upper level of the side west elevation. These window units are the same units that were approved in the new construction at 111 North 7th Street in July 2024 under COA MJW-02-2507. The porch rails feature 3¼ inch turned decorative balusters with 2-inch by 4-inch top and bottom rails and 2-inch by 6-inch caps, as seen on the photo to the left, while the details of the proposed decorative corbels and dental molding can be seen on the right. The house next door at 512 Ann Street was constructed circa 2023 and is similar in size and design of the proposed new house, while the photo at 516 Ann Street is a contributing resource to the historic district. The leaning tree in the photo on the right will be removed as a result of this project. The majority of the new house and proposed backyard work will be visible from Ann Street and South 6th Street. Finally, the small cluster of trees and shrubs seen in the upper right corner of this photo will also be removed. If approved, staff recommends the following conditions. All Hardie material shall be installed smooth side out with the texture side hidden. All window and door glazing shall be clear with no tint. No mature trees or historic landscaping, aside from the leaning tree and small tree cluster, shall be removed as a result of this project. Any unspecified exterior details such as mechanical equipment, exterior lighting fixtures, gutters, and/or downspouts required for the project shall be submitted for approval through the administrative bypass process. All construction shall comply with code, and changes shall be reviewed. Staff would like to enter the presentation and report into the record of tonight's proceedings. Are there any questions?
No questions? Thank you. If the applicant, the applicant is here, if they'd like to come forward and answer any questions or provide additional information if you feel additional information is needed.
He hasn't sworn in.
Okay.
In case he wants to
Amy?
speak.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thanks.
Hi, I'm Libby Beccarino, 5908 Chester Street.
I'm Nick Beccarino, 300 Wiregrass Road, and I'm the representative of Shelter Rock Builders.
I can answer any questions if you have any. I know there's a lot of detail on this plan, so I'd be
A lot
happy
of
to
detail.
share some with you.
Detail as far as corbels and dental molding and
Right.
things that is appreciated, I feel. Is that a transom over the front door?
Yes.
Glass? Okay.
Yeah, and they're going to stencil the,
The address.
What type of tree is the tree that is leaning?
it's a hardwood tree, but it's more horizontal than,
Yeah.
it's more horizontal than vertical.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't look to be in great health. I was just wondering
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, it's a hardwood tree.
And we're not touching that sycamore? That sycamore
No.
is,
In the rear.
she's staying?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
The parking area, is it just going to be unimproved and untouched, just grass? Or is
Yeah,
there some
yeah.
structure to it to help it not get
think,
muddy and
you know,
ruts?
I think what they're going to do is probably seed it and straw it. They own 306 South 6th Street, and at some point, they're going to build a house there. So they have already granted themselves an easement to that property, so they're going to enter through that easement, and they're going to park 2 cars there.
Okay. Any other questions? Because nothing else to add, correct, from your?
You know, I can describe all these details if you like.
No.
You know, I mean,
Unless there's something that's not here and
No,
it
absolutely
wasn't
not.
presented, then
Yeah.
I think we've got it.
Seems like every plan you come up with gets a little more detailed.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to have like the Taj Mahal, but yeah, you're going in a good direction here.
Is that?
Yeah, we
oh,
appreciate that.
okay, thank
Custom
you.
versus
Yeah,
spec.
we gave a lot of thought to this. We did that 111 North 7th Street about a year ago. We finished that project. Nick did an excellent job on it. The Historic Wilmington Foundation gave him the award for Best New Construction, so we're kind of proud of that. These buyers, they own the Queen Anne right next to it, and I did a renovation for them, a whole house renovation, 10 years ago. They had seen this house at 111 North 7th Street. They liked the detail. They came to us, and we developed this plan for them. So hopefully
Okay.
it'll meet your approval.
Did the
Thank
work
you.
10 years ago and they called you back? That's great.
Yep.
Good for you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
If there's anyone among us that would like to speak in favor or speak against, seeing none, Commissioner deliberation, any thoughts, or would someone like to make a motion?
It's a really beautiful property. And I had walked past and just kind of looked at how it'll be situated on the lot. I think it's going to fit in so nicely. I think this is just a great
Proportioned well
example
and-
of
yeah.
like what infill should be. Really
Yeah,
beautiful.
this detail with the, I mean, just the corbels and the dental molding, yeah.
Okay.
That's,
I move to approve with conditions the request for a new house construction for the property located at 514 Ann Street. The request is consistent with Wilmington Design Standards for Historic Districts and Landmarks based on the evidence provided, including the application, all attachments, testimony presented during the evidentiary hearing, and the staff reports. Conditions of approval 1 through 6.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously, thank you. Agenda item 6. Welcome. 415 South 3rd Street. Rear porch removal and rear addition.
Case 6 is a request for the removal of the rear porch and to construct an addition at the rear of the house at 415 South 3rd Street. As described in the Wilmington District Boundary Expansion and Additional Documentation Report dated 2003, the Curry Small Bones House, constructed circa 1885, is a wide, 3-bay, 2-story house with front gable roof and central entry with a transom. The wraparound porch has a pedimented entry and Tuscan columns. The house is a contributing district to the Historic District Residential, and revisions to all facades of the building and the site are subject to design review in this district. The property is located on the east side of South 3rd Street, 3 parcels north of its intersection with Church Street. The photo on the left is a circa 1977 photo, while the photo on the right is a present-day photo. The applicant proposes to demolish and remove the existing 2-story rear porch. The existing 2-story rear porch extends along the south side elevation of the rear wing. In addition, a small ornamental tree and some modest landscaping will be removed as a result of the proposed project. In its place, the applicant proposes to construct an addition with 3 components at the rear of the house. The first component of the addition will be to infill the footprint of the 2-story porch removed as the first step of this project to create a larger interior living space. The second portion of the addition will be a 2-story shed roof addition at the inside corner of the main portion of the house and rear wing. The third part of the addition will be a 1-story covered rear porch at the rear of the east elevation of the proposed shed roof addition, extending to the rear east elevation of the rear wing. The new addition will rest on a CMU block and brick foundation matching the existing, and will be clad with a wood lap and shingle siding with a standing seam metal roof, which will also match the existing materials. The windows and doors will be Marvin wood units matching the existing doors and windows. On the left is a rendering showing the proposed rear east addition will look like, while a photo of its current condition is on the right. Staff notes that all work will be confined to the rear of the yard and will not be visible from public right-of-way as seen in these 2 photos. If approved, staff recommends the following conditions. All windows and door glazing shall be clear with no tint. All metal roofing shall be flat-channeled, standing seam metal with no striations. No mature trees or historic landscaping other than the ornamental tree and modest landscaping shall be removed as a result of the proposed project. All materials removed from the house as a result of the project shall be disposed of properly. All construction shall comply with code, and any changes shall be reviewed. Staff would like to enter the presentation and report into the record of tonight's proceedings. Are there any questions?
Nope, thank you. No. If the owner, the agent, representative is able to come forward, and if you'd please state your name and address, and
Hey, sorry, I need to get sworn in.
Does anybody else who wish to speak tonight need to be sworn in? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thanks.
All right, my name is Noel Tierpak. I work with Landfear Builders, 123 Satara Drive, Wilmington.
Okay. Anything to add to this, or?
No, not too much. You know, I know that we've done some projects with y'all, and I think we do a pretty good job at matching existing and getting all the right millwork and everything that has to be done. The only thing I would note is we do have some windows in the design. So on the, I guess, the front and left elevation, there are like some special grill patterns in those windows. We are going to get those manufactured so those match in the addition as well, to bring that congruous look. I guess that's the right word. So yeah, but there's not really too much to add there.
Is that all wood? Like
Yes.
it's a Marvin Wood Ultimate or something like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
a Marvin Wood Ultimate window.
So why go with a wrought iron handrail in the back?
That actually, if you look at the submittal, that was something that was not properly labeled on the plans, but the submittal actually shows that it's going to be the wood turn balusters on everything.
Okay, great.
Any other questions for the applicant? No? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
If there's anyone among us that would like to come forward and speak in favor or against, seeing none, commissioners can deliberate or discuss or make a motion.
It's really nice.
Yep.
I move to approve with conditions the request for rear porch removal and rear addition for the property located at 415 South 3rd Street. This request is consistent with the Wilmington Design Standards for Historic Districts and Landmarks based on the evidence provided, including the application and all the attachments, testimony presented during the evidentiary hearing, and the staff report.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. Thank you very much. And for agenda items 7 and 8.
8 and 9.
8 and 9, I'm sorry. I'm going to recuse myself due to some professional involvement with these properties.
Just for the record, agenda item 7 has been withdrawn by staff.
Oh, okay, got you, thank you. Yeah. So, Joan?
Okay.
All right. Hearing 8 is for the request to remove the rear enclosed staircase from the building at 35 North Front Street. As described in the Wilmington Historic District Boundary Expansion and Additional Documentation Report dated 2003, the Munson Building, constructed circa 1880, is a 3-story building with scored stucco and rusticated quoins at the corners. The cast iron storefront has molded cornices supported by panel columns, with the upper cornice ornamented by a large modulin. The building was originally constructed for the H.H. Munson's dry goods store. The building is a contributing resource to the Central Business District Historic District overlay. Only that which can be seen from the public right-of-way, excluding alleys, is subject to design review. The subject property is located at the southwest corner of the intersection of North Front Street and Princess Street. Based on these photographs from the city's archives, the building experienced substantial alteration in circa 1979 when it was being used as the Bank of North Carolina. The applicant proposes to demolish the non-historic enclosed rear staircase from the rear west elevation of the building. While not noted as a contributing architectural element to the national and in the National Register description, the existing enclosed staircase appears to have been constructed sometime after 1955, but has served as a business entrance from Princess Street for several decades now. All the existing windows on the west elevation of the building will be retained. Any masonry openings infilled by the construction of the enclosed staircase, the existing enclosed staircase is accessed from a set of metal steps leading up to the staircase entrance from the sidewalk along Princess Street, and these metal steps will also be removed as a result of this project. Any masonry openings infilled by the construction of the enclosed stairs and uncovered by the proposed project will be reopened and reglazed to match the other windows in the building. The existing door on the rear west elevation, currently accessed via the enclosed stairs, will be removed and infilled at a future point, which will be addressed to the administrative bypass with a minor work COA. If approved, staff recommends the following conditions. All windows and door glazing shall be clear with no tint. All materials removed from the building as a result of the project shall be disposed of properly. All construction shall comply with code, and any changes shall be reviewed. Staff would like to enter the presentation and report into the record of tonight's proceedings. Are there any questions?
Just on condition 3, I mean, there's still sufficient egress for fire? I mean, that's in the codes, right?
They'll have to meet code, absolutely.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you, Ben. Would the applicant like to step forward and speak to this? Please state your name and address.
Good evening. My name is Laurie Jackson, Mauer Architecture, 115.5 East Target Street, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Anything to add to the application?
No, I think Ben did a great job. It was really interesting to see some of these historic photographs of the building over time. I'm happy to answer any questions that you all have.
Any questions? Anyone? Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll open the evidentiary portion of the meeting if anyone likes to speak to this item, either in favor or opposed. Please state your name and address.
My name is Christina Haley. I'm President and CEO of Wilmington Downtown Incorporated. Our offices are located at 226 North Front Street, and we are here in support of this project. I have been watching the developments around this property and many others after this particular property owner had purchased it. It's been quite amazing to see some of the transformative work that has been happening within these properties, this one in particular. It's an absolutely beautiful building, and it seems to be restored a little bit from what it once was, as you saw in the previous photo. And it is a contributing resource to our community. The type of work that is happening at this particular property and others as a result of this particular property owner is absolutely transformational. It is what Wilmington Downtown Incorporated has completely stood behind in the 4 decades that it's been in existence. And I truly feel that this work and the work that will continue will fully enhance this particular block. Improve the functionality of this particular property while also maintaining its historic character. It's in all of what has been happening, and again, we fully support what's going on here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to speak? Okay, we'll close that portion of the meeting. Any comments? Deliberation?
I move to approve. Okay. I move to approve with conditions the request for rear enclosed stair removal for the property located at 35 North Front Street. This request is consistent with Wilmington design standards for historic districts and landmarks based on the evidence provided, including the application and all attachments, testimony presented during the evidentiary hearing, and the staff report.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. Item number 9.
All right, the 9th and final case for tonight is a request for rear renovations and alterations to the building at 23 North Front Street. As described in the Wilmington Historic District Boundary Expansion and Additional Documentation Report dated 2003, the McRae Building, constructed in 1878, is a 3-story commercial building featuring a cast iron and pressed metal facade. The building is also known as the Iron Front Building because of its cast iron facade. The first floor has a recessed storefront behind iron pilasters, while the second and third stories have 2/2 sash windows separated by columned pilasters and surmounted by bracketed cornice. The building is a contributing resource to the Central Business District Historic District overlay, and only that which can be seen from the public right-of-way, excluding alleys, is subject to design review. The property is located on the west side of North Front Street, the 3rd building south of its intersection with Princess Street. The rear addition of 23 North Front Street was designed circa 1980 by local architect Ligon Flynn. The rear portion of the building is visible from Princess Street, although landscaping and modern fencing obscure the views. The applicant proposes removing several features from the rear of the building, including the existing glazing and the arched masonry opening on the first floor and the masonry infill in the lower portion of the windows on the 2nd floor of the building's rear west elevation. The stone sills will remain in place. The deteriorated elevated breezeway above Ewing's Alley connecting 23 North Front Street with the building to the south will be removed because the breezeway is not accessible from 23 North Front Street and is causing water damage to the south wall of 23 North Front. The non-original storefront glazing at the first floor level and the series of 5 non-original double leaf doors at the basement level north elevation of the later addition to the building will be removed, as well as the railing along the top of that addition. Deteriorated site elements from the courtyard, such as the defunct fountain, masonry planting beds, retaining wall, screen wall, and steps, accessibility ramp with metal and wood railing, and wood benches will also be removed. The masonry, piers, walls, and planters, and wrought iron fencing with gate along Princess Street line, the Princess Street line, property line will also be removed. In its place, the applicant proposes renovating the rear portion of the building, including reglazing the existing rear addition with curtain wall assembly on the first floor and a storefront operable door system at the basement or courtyard level of the north elevation of the addition. The curtain wall system will be a Kinnear 1600 with a black finish. A stackable 4-panel sliding door will be installed at the courtyard level on the east side of the opening, with a single leaf door storefront assembly with black finish will be installed on the west side of the opening. The reglazing of the north elevation is based on the 1980s Ligon Flynn design of the addition. A new membrane roof will be installed at the rear addition with screening installed to block the views of the required rooftop mechanical unit. A new storefront system with black finish will be installed in the arched masonry openings on the basement level of the first floor of the rear west elevation, matching that of the north elevation. 2 new egress doors will be installed within the masonry openings at the courtyard level of the rear west elevation, with the one door providing access to the basement level tenant space, while the other will provide egress from the building's stair tower. New double-hung wood windows on the second floor of the west elevation will be installed within the existing masonry openings, with the sills now lowered to original heights. The new windows will match the existing windows, and storm windows will be installed on the second and third floor windows on the west elevation. In addition, new storm windows will be installed on the first, second, and third floors of the south elevation of the building as well. Finally, a new courtyard plan, including accessible access from Princess Street, will be provided as a separate major work application once finalized. Oops. If approved, staff recommends the following conditions. All windows and door glazing shall be clear with no tint. All materials removed as a result of this project shall be disposed of properly. All construction shall comply with code, and any changes shall be reviewed. Staff would like to enter the presentation and report into the record of tonight's proceedings. Are there any questions?
Any questions? Thank you, Ben. Would the applicant like to step forward? Please state your name and address.
Laurie Jackson, Mauer Architecture, 115.5 East Target Street, Raleigh, North Carolina. Hello again. Thank you, Ben. The staff report is very comprehensive, and I'm happy to answer any questions. I did want to note that this project is a historic tax credit project. We are seeking tax credits, and we are in the process of submitting our applications with the state and NPS. So everything that you see here and moving forward will also be reviewed by the state and NPS. So again, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, and thank you, Ben. Love to see those historic photographs.
Any questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll open the evidentiary portion of the meeting. Would anyone like to speak to this item, either in favor or opposed? Please state your name and address.
Christina Haley, 226 North Front Street, office location for Wilmington Downtown Incorporated again. And again, just up here to reinstate our commitment to supporting thoughtful redevelopment activity in the Central Business District. And I feel this wholeheartedly supports the mission of our organization and the future revitalization of our Central Business District. This courtyard is already beautiful. It's a beautiful little nook in our community right along Princess Street, and I'm really excited for the transformation and what's to come as far as a tenant in this space in the future. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak? Thank you. Deliberations from the commissioners? Any comments?
Always in favor of Ligon.
Ms. Wilson, your microphone, please.
Always in favor of Ligon Flynn and bringing the outside in. It's just so beautiful. It needs to be preserved. It really
Agreed.
does.
I also just want to note that anytime someone is going to do historic tax credit projects, I always feel just this little extra layer of, okay,
I know,
you know. But I also just want to thank WDI for coming out and supporting our downtown historic preservation projects. I think it's great to have people chime in and say it matters, because it truly does.
It really does.
Truly
It means
does.
a lot.
Yeah.
And working with us too, would mean a lot. Yeah.
Motion, anyone?
Motion? Okay. I move to approve with conditions the request for rear renovations and alterations for the property located at 23 North Front Street. This request is consistent with the Wilmington Design Standards of Historic Districts and Landmarks based on the evidence provided, including the application and all attachments, testimony presented in the evidentiary hearing, and staff report, conditions of approval 1 through 4.
Anyone second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. Items from the commission, other business.
I do-
Staff has nothing to add. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say that I thought the video that we saw on replacement materials was quite interesting. I don't know if you all saw that, but.
I'm sorry, talking about, that was a national preservation? Is that the one
Yeah,
we're talking about?
The one we just had this past month.
Okay.
You know, the different reasons for replacing
Yeah.
original materials, et cetera.
I'm curious, did you happen to see that? It wasn't required, it was just something that was emailed to us, and we
Yes,
could
yeah.
participate and watch the actual
Right,
thing, but yeah,
correct.
agreed. I've seen it, I think you saw it, Beth, and if you guys have an opportunity, what was it, maybe 45 minutes or an hour, it's a worthwhile watch.
I have a question about the webinar that is for the 22nd. Are we going to get things about that if we signed up for it?
As far as I'm aware, all notices and any kind of like handouts or whatever will be emailed to us. If Tracy gets anything, she'll forward it to you, and she's who registered you guys, so that's where, it'll either come to your email or to hers, and if she gets it, she'll forward it to you for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
If she can send us an acknowledgement that she has sent it, because a lot of times mine will go to junk mail and I
Okay.
won't see it.
Okay, I'll make sure
If
to
she
let her
could
know.
just do that so I can be on the lookout for it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good to know. Yep.
Thanks.
Yep.
Has the city heard anything about the historic in particular, anything about the efforts at the Greystone Inn, or what the future may hold for that? I saw, a few days ago, I saw a group of 12-plus people standing in a circle having a meeting about it, and I don't know if you know anything about.
Just from personally looking at, I do not know anything specific, but someone is definitely putting some work into it, because I've noticed that there is a pallet of shingles of the slates being saved out front. So someone is pulling out usable slates and palleting them up. So hopefully progress will be continue to make on that, but no one's talked to me about it yet.
Okay. Anything else, staff or commission? No? Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.